Hey, you! Are you still hanging on to your job? How many times have I advised you to quit and become a devoted full-time housewife for my son?
Oh, hello, Clara. Great to receive your message as well. I hope you can empathize with my perspective when I say this, but I've repeatedly expressed my lack of interest in giving up my job and becoming a housewife. By now, I had expected us to be in agreement on this matter. Furthermore, Ken has no objections to my job, so I fail to comprehend the concerns. To be frank, I believe this matter should be resolved between my husband and me.
Excuse me? What do you mean, Nishi? You are aware that people are labeling you as selfish because you haven't quit your job to take care of your little girl, right?
What? But I genuinely don't believe I'm being selfish in any way. How could anyone see working diligently in a job that supports your family as selfish?
But have you considered the impact your job will have on little Lucy? It's possible that she feels neglected and unloved because her mom is working. Consider the potential long-term effects this could have on her as she grows older. You will bear full responsibility for whatever befalls her in the future. Are you okay with that?
You think my child is going to grow up to have lots of issues all because her mom had a job? I really am not seeing the connection there. I'm sorry. Everything I do, I am doing for Lucy. Her well-being is always at the front of my mind, okay? Besides, I'm still with her throughout the day, you know?
But what you're doing isn't enough for her. Kids are super keen on these kinds of things and can be really sensitive to a lack of attention from parents. You need to be spending a lot more time than you think with your children, you know? I bet your poor little girl is so lonely without having you around the home to take care of her.
I'm sorry, but I just really don't think a lot of what you're saying is necessarily true. Besides, it's not like Lucy is ever really left alone at any point in the day. After all, she is about to start going to preschool with lots of other kids. And when she does start preschool, then I'll be taking off work early every day to go and pick her up.
And I'm telling you right now that this is still not enough for her. And your poor little girl is just too much of a sweetheart to say anything to you.
Are you sure that that's really what's going on? Anyways, it's fine because Ken is always helping out around the house too. And when I can't be with Lucy, he always makes sure to spend lots of quality time with her. She always seems to be having a lot of fun when they're together.
And you think that's a fair burden to put on my poor son? Don't you know how busy he is with his work? He deserves to rest when he comes home. But now you tell me that you're too lazy to be a parent to your own daughter, so you make Ken do it? Don't you know that it's the woman's job to raise the kids and manage the home?
I'm really sorry, Clara, but I just don't think we share the same beliefs on that topic. Besides, I think that times have changed and that mentality is a bit outdated. If a couple can hold jobs together, then they can raise their own children together. After all, it's their child, so isn't it only natural that both parents should have a role in raising it?
Well, here in my family, we still respect traditional values and don't think like that. I don't care what the rest of the world is doing. My family, my rules. Well, then again, I suppose you are just Ken's wife. It's not like we're really even family. But since you've married in, the least you can do is raise your family how I tell you to.
Don't you think you might be overstepping just a little?
And don't even get me started on the house. I mean, do you do anything to keep it clean? You just let clothes pile up unwashed, dishes in the sink, dust everywhere. Food left just sitting out. I mean, honestly, do you even try to keep your house clean?
I thought you might try and bring up the state of the house. Last time you came over, you did so without any kind of message or heads up. Then you barged in and started inspecting every nook and cranny for things to nitpick. Anyways, that really wasn't appreciated, so please don't do that again.
What could have possibly upset you over my visit? Maybe if you actually kept your home in order, then you wouldn't be upset when guests come over. I didn't tell you I was coming over because I wanted to make a point. And I had to be thorough while I was looking around. Who knows where you might have tried to hide your clutter from me?
I wasn't hiding things, and even if I was, it's my house, and I think I have that right if I want.
Oh, is that what you think, dear? You just didn't want me finding out what a messy person you are. I never wanted you to marry my precious little boy. He deserves a wife that can actually take care of the house like she's supposed to.
Actually, Ken and I do a really good job of splitting the chores. And it is true that sometimes both him and I get a little too busy that the housework doesn't get done. But we've never once let it get to the point where it's become a serious issue. We always make sure the house is clean enough that there is never any danger to our health or anything like that.
Well, I still don't think it's good enough. I can't stand going over to your filthy house. And I just know my little Ken feels the same way. After all, I erased him and always made sure the house was spotless as he grew up.
I really don't think you have to worry about that, Clara. Ken and I talk regularly, and he doesn't seem to have complaints about the way we live.
Oh, my poor sweet little boy. He must try so hard every day to control himself around you. I just wish he would divorce you already.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get a little fed up with this conversation. I would appreciate if you chose your next words very carefully.
I'm just so worried about my little boy. He worked so hard at his job every day and even makes sure to send a little money back home to me. I've heard that you don't send money back to your parents. Is that true? It's never a bad time to stop being a bad daughter.
Actually, I don't send money home to my parents because they really don't need the assistance. Besides, they both still work full-time and haven't reached retirement age yet. I know that you are able to be a stay-at-home mom the entirety of Tom's childhood. But ever since her husband died, you've needed Ken to send money to help you get by.
And I am just ever so grateful to my sweet, sweet son. I did such an amazing job raising him to be the way he is now. Of course he isn't perfect and has made some wrong decisions in his life too. Some small and some not so small, that is. Oh, I should have been there to guide him towards a better path.
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about right now. Anyways, it is our house, not yours, so we will continue to do things our way. Please hold back from giving any more comments or criticism about how you think my house is run, thank you.
Excuse me. Just who do you think you're talking to, young lady? If this is how you really act, then I truly do feel sorry for my poor little boy and my granddaughter.
Anyways, I'm quite busy, so I am going to go now.
Hi, honey. Did you and my mom happen to talk a little earlier today? My mom sent a message that was mostly just her complaining to me.
Yes, we did talk. She was asking me, again, if I was sure about not being a stay-at-home mom. She was just talking about how lonely she thought Lucy must be and how dirty she thinks the house is. Just the usual run-of-the-mill complaints, you know?
Ah, I see. I am so sorry you are having to deal with her like that. I've told her so many times that you and I happily split the work and managed the house together, but she's just so sad in her old ways and keeps insisting that all the stuff should be handled by the wife. And then she only blames you and the chores aren't done or the house is a little messy. I've tried explaining how things really are to her all the time, but she just doesn't seem to want to really listen to what I have to say.
No. I understand. It's really okay. Your mom is just the kind of person who really tries to exert her will onto others sometimes. I mean, that's about what I hear from you as well. If I'm being honest, I kind of feel bad for you sometimes too. You're also kind of a victim in this.
Yes, maybe just a little. I'm just sorry that all of her anger always seems to be focused on you, though. I really wish there was something I could do or say to my mom to get her to stop with all this. Lately, I just haven't even been trying to tell her the truth because she's getting to be so much. I'm so sorry I haven't done more to try and stop all of this.
Ken, I said it was okay, and I meant it. I know that you have a lot on your plate and that you're doing your best. And your hard work is really paying off too. I mean, just look at how well you did on that test last week. You're chasing certifications and always moving one step closer to your dream job.
Nishi, that's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. But I really couldn't have done any of the things that I have without you by my side, always willing to help. And I know I haven't made things easy on you with all this. But I promise I'll have some good news soon. All I ask is that you hold on just a little bit longer, okay?
Of course, baby. You know I'll always be cheering you on.
We're going to that barbecue restaurant for a family dinner. We're going to have so much good food. Except for you. You're only allowed to eat from this salad bar.
Excuse me? What do you mean I can only eat from the salad bar?
Well, you're not family and this is a family dinner. That's why I say that you can't order anything off the menu. Only the salad bar. Maybe you can just get your fill off of all the good smells.
What are you even talking about? Don't you think this is just a bit excessive?
And here she goes again, the bad wife always arguing with her mother-in-law and never doing what she's told. I really can't stand you, you know that? Why don't you just go home?
Okay then. Maybe I will.
Good, leave then.
That's what I'm doing. Have a nice dinner.
Hey, you evil witch, what did you say to Ken? He is furious with me right now. Did you know even your own daughter said that she hates Grandma now? What kind of evil lies did you tell my family?
Well, did Lucy really say that to you? I guess I've been raising my kid to be a lot tougher than I thought. Honestly, I'm moved to hear that.
Tell me what you told them. Tell me what you said that made my son and granddaughter so furious with me. I got so upset I had to run to the bathroom. Ken even told me that I have to change the way I talk to you. Can you believe that?
I would certainly hope that that's the least he said to you, Clara. I've been pissed all day because of the nonsense you were spouting at me earlier. So I talked to Ken and told him all the horrible things that you said to me. He seemed really upset with you after I finished telling him everything.
You evil harpy! What lies did you fill my poor little boy's head with? What did you do to my sweet precious Ken?
It was around the time that I was heading towards the restaurant where I thought we would all be eating together. Then, suddenly, I got all those nasty messages from you that resulted in me not even showing up. Well, I explained what had happened to Ken and that I was too upset and had to go home. And I guess that was just about the time that Ken and Lucy arrived to meet you at the restaurant.
So that's why it was only those two who were there when I arrived? And what is this dribble I hear about my son not working right now? You're telling me that my son and grandchild have been living off what you've been bringing home? That can't be. I don't believe it.
Wow, so Ken finally told you what he's been up to, huh? Well, that was unexpected, if I'm being honest. He told me he would wait until he achieved his goal before finally spilling it all to you.
What are you talking about? You talk to me straight right now, or else. What are you going on about Ken's goal? You better tell me.
So I guess this conversation didn't get very far then, huh? Did you know that Ken has always wanted to be a designer? I'm sure you must have known that about your precious little boy, no?
He what? What are you even saying right now? You're telling me that that is what Ken is studying right now? Design?
That's right. He went back to school to pursue his passion for design. And that's why I've been working extra hard to provide for all of my family.
This has got to be some kind of joke, surely? I thought I made sure those silly dreams of his were put to rest when he was little.
Well, for a long, long time they really were. Do you see? You got in the way of your son doing what he really wanted to do. Now I'm working hard to give him a chance to achieve those dreams you made him give up. He's always been such an obedient son, doing whatever you told him to do. Well, I won't be doing the same. Instead, I'll support him all the way while he finds his own path.
You stupid cow. Are you trying to ruin my son's future?
Oh, Clara. Isn't that the exact question that I should be asking you? Always making Ken do things he didn't want to. Forcing him to apply for companies that you picked out for him. It didn't matter as long as your expectations were satisfied, right?
But I had to. Because of that, he had a comfortable salary and a good job with an amazing company. But you made him leave all that behind just so he could chase some childish dream of his? Don't you realize that this will ruin him?
Let me tell you something about his job, Clara. Not only was it something that he didn't pick out for himself and never wanted to do, but every day he would come home late after hours of overtime and constantly look depressed. What I'm doing for Ken, I'm doing because I want him to enjoy his life more. I want to support him the way my parents supported me starting my own business.
But you have to open your eyes. This is the real world that we're living in. And let me tell you something, young lady. The real world does not give one spit about your dreams. What if Ken fails? What is your plan then?
If that's what happens, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But no matter what happens, I'll always be working hard to provide for my family. Because that's what a good husband and wife do. We're there for each other.
Well, that's all well and good for you too, but what about Lucy? Aren't you neglecting her by always working so much? I mean, just look at the state of your house. That is no way to be raising an infant child.
Actually, since I'm working as much as I am, Ken has been taking care of all the housework. Of course, I help him whenever I can since his first priority right now is taking care of Lucy.
What kind of sick family dynamic is that? You make your husband handle the housework? That's just unnatural.
In life there's work, and housework. Since I'm handling the work, Ken is in charge of the housework. But I guess if you think about it, it's the exact opposite of the way things used to be back in your day.
And that's why it's unacceptable. I simply will not allow it to happen.
I don't really care what you think. Lucy is always so supportive of how hard her dad works. And when she grows up and has dreams and ambitions of her own, Ken and I will be there to support her in whatever she wants to do. She's also going to learn from her dad what it means to pursue and achieve your dreams. After all, it's all thanks to the way you raised him that Ken was so miserable for so long.
What did you just say to me?
That's why he is so opposed to raising Lucy the way you raised him. Do you understand everything I'm trying to tell you right now? We are going to do things our own way and make sure our kids are raised the way we want them to be.
You think you can just go off and raise kids without grandparents? You'll regret this.
No, Clara. I think the one who will be regretting how this turns out will be you. I feel like you should know that the allowance you thought Ken was sending you this whole time was actually from my own earnings. But your own son said it's time that you were cut off. And so from today, you will no longer be receiving your checks in the mail.
Wait, what? Then how am I supposed to live? How am I supposed to buy food? I never had to work before. I was a stay-at-home mom my whole life.
And this is the result of you thinking that that was the best choice for yourself. I guess you should have thought of a backup plan in case things turned out this way. I've gotten as far as I have in life through my own strength, and that's why I will never be a housewife.
Wait! You can't do this to me, I'm your mother-in-law. I was wrong, I understand that. You don't only have to eat at the salad bar. Do you think we could meet in person and talk?
There's nothing else I want to say to you. I hope you lead a life that you can be sure you chose for yourself. I'm sure that's the only way you'll know whether your decisions were correct or not. But in my opinion, I think people who have never worked a day in their life should learn a bit about the real world before telling others how to live. Subsequently, Clara exited the restaurant's bathroom stall and made her way back to her table. When I arrived, she was still seated there, receiving a lecture from her son. Upon seeing Clara, I immediately suggested that she relish the salad bar before joining my family on the way home. We departed, leaving Clara there to contemplate her decisions. Clara encountered challenges while attempting to secure a part-time job to support her new life without financial assistance from our family. I've heard that she is barely scraping by. That's just what you deserve.
Bae,
Hi, honey.
have you seen my watch? The Patek one. You know that it is my favorite watch in important events.
Oh, are you going to somewhere?
Yeah, I am gonna meet my company's client to sign a contract. To be honest, company's financial situation depends much on this contract. But whatever, I can't seem to find my watch.
Your watch. I'm not sure. I haven't seen it recently. Sorry, John, I really don't know where it is.
Are you sure? You seem a little suspicious. Don't tell me that something happened to it.
No, of course not. I just don't know where it is. That's all. Why do you think I'm being suspicious?
I don't know, maybe it's just my imagination. I'll keep looking for it. Maybe it's just misplaced.
That's okay. I'll help you look for it and we'll find it soon. Don't worry too much, okay?
I really hope so. It's my favorite watch and I don't want to lose it.
I know how much it means to you. We'll find it, John.
I'll check the dresser and the nightstand again. Perhaps I missed it.
Sure, I'll check the living room and the kitchen. It could be hiding in plain sight.
Have you seen my Rolex, Maeve? I can't find it anywhere.
No, is it missing?
I think my hublet is missing, too. Both of them are gone and that's strange.
Have you checked the safe?
Yes, I checked the safe, but they're not there.
Maybe you just misplaced them. Have you looked anywhere else?
I looked everywhere. I know I didn't misplace them. Someone must have taken them.
Why would you think that? Do you think I took them?
I don't know, I'm just trying to figure out what happened to them.
John, I didn't take them. I don't even wear watches.
I know, but I can't think of anyone else who would have taken them. They were both locked in the safe.
It could be that one of our friends borrowed them and forgot to return.
I highly doubt it. Both watches were expensive and valuable. I can't see any of our friends just taking them without asking. Something's not right. I think someone may have broken into our house.
What makes you say that?
But where did my watches go? They didn't just walk out of here.
Are you sure you didn't just misplace them?
I know exactly where I put them. They're definitely gone.
Well, maybe it's just a coincidence.
I don't think so. We need to call the police to investigate this case.
No, I really don't think we need to go that far.
Why not? This is a serious matter. Someone has broken into our home and taken our things. The price is up to 50 grand, you know that?
I know, but I don't want the police involved. They'll just make a big fuss and it will be a hassle.
I understand your concerns, but we have to report this. It's the right thing to do.
Fine, but can we at least wait a little while before contacting them? Potentially, the missing watches will turn up after a little attempt to search for them.
I don't think that's a good idea. We should contact the police as soon as possible. The longer we wait, the harder it will be for them to catch the culprit.
I understand that, but please just give me some time to think about it.
I'll give you some time, but we need to contact the police soon. It's important that we report this as fast as we can.
Right, I'll think about it.
Well, my items are missing so often lately. I believe that we need to install some security cameras around our home.
You mean CCTV? But what for?
Yeah, I want to make sure our home is protected from any potential break.
I know, but do you really think that's necessary? We live in a safe neighborhood. The security in this area is very good.
It's better to be safe than sorry, Maeve. We have a lot of valuable things in our home and I want to make sure they're protected.
I understand that, but I don't want our friends to think we're being paranoid. They will think we don't trust them or our neighbors.
I understand your concerns, but this isn't about trust. It's about protecting our home and our possessions.
I know, but I don't want to come across as one of those people who are overly obsessed with security. Besides, it will cost a lot of money to install cameras all around the house.
It's worth it in the long run. It's an investment in the security and safety of our home and family. As for the cost, we can start with just a few cameras and see how it goes.
Can we at least think about it for a little while before making a decision?
Surely, we can take our time, but I do think it's important that we consider this option.
Yeah, in the meantime, can we try to come up with some other security measures? We can start by simply making sure all the doors and windows are locked.
We can also install a security system and get a guard dog.
Those are good ideas. I'll look into getting a security system installed. However, I don't think I'm ready for a guard dog.
That's fine, we can start with the security system and see how it goes. I do want to remind you that security cameras would be an added layer of protection.
I know, and like I said, I'll think about it. I just can't imagine what everyone would think. No one else has security cameras. Our safety and the safety of our possession should be top priority.
I assure you that our friends will understand it's a common thing nowadays.
Yeah. And I want to remind you that security cameras will be a big change. It will affect the way we live. You know, it's about our privacy. I don't feel like every my move being watched and recorded. So it's worth taking the time to consider all the pros and cons before making a decision.
I promise we'll take our time and make the best decision for our family. Maeve, how was your weekend with my parents?
It was good. Lisa had a great time playing with your sister's kids.
That's great to hear. Did anything else happen while you were there?
Not really, just the usual family stuff. Why do you ask?
Well, I just got a call from my mom. She said an expensive ring of hers is missing and she can't find it anywhere.
Did she check everywhere? Oh, that's really unfortunate.
She said she looked all over the house and could find it. She's really upset about it.
I'm sure it will turn up eventually.
Yeah, I hope so, but my mom is convinced someone took it. She said she had it on when you were all there on Saturday.
Really? I don't remember seeing it. I didn't pay much attention to jewelry.
I know, it's just that the timing is suspicious. It's the only thing missing and it happened while you were all there.
What? Are you saying you think I took it?
No, of course not. I'm just saying the timing is suspicious. So, my mom is really upset about it.
But you can't possibly think I had anything to do with it. I would never steal from your family.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I'm just trying to figure out what happened.
I understand, however, you can't make such false accusation. I didn't see the ring and I have no idea what happened to it. Have you talked to anyone else who was there that weekend?
Not yet, I just found out about it. But I will talk to everyone and see if anyone knows anything. I think we need to talk, Maeve. A lot of expensive things have gone missing recently. From my watches to my mom's ring. And it seems like every time something goes missing when you're around.
What? What are you talking about? You think I'm stealing from you?
I don't know what to think, maybe it's just a coincidence. All these things have gone missing and you're always around.
I can't believe you would think that of me. I would never steal from you or anyone else.
I know, but it's hard to ignore the facts, and you're always so secretive about your finances and where you've been. It makes me wonder.
I'm not secretive, I just value my privacy. And as for my finances, I've always been responsible with money. I can't believe you're accusing me of stealing.
I'm not accusing you. I'm just trying to understand what's going on. So can you explain the coincidence?
I can't explain it, I don't know what's going on. But I can assure you that I'm not stealing from you. You are my husband and I would never do anything to hurt you.
I want to believe you, but it's just, like I don't know.
I understand that you're upset, but please try to understand where I'm coming from. I've never given you any reason to doubt my integrity. I'm hurt that you would suspect me of stealing.
I didn't mean to hurt you. I just want to get the bottom of this and figure out what's going on.
I understand that, but accusing me of stealing is not the way to do it. Have you talked to anyone else or looked into any other possibilities? Maybe someone else has been in the house.
I haven't, but I just wanted to talk to you first.
I appreciate that, but please, John, don't jump to conclusions. I would never steal from you or anyone else. I hope you can trust me and believe me.
Maeve, I do trust you and I'm sorry if I made you feel that. Alright, I'll look into other possibilities and we'll figure this out together.
Yeah, let's work together to find out what's going on and clear up any confusion.
Well, I just want to make sure we have all the facts. I'm home early today. Where are you, Maeve?
I'm just stopping by the grocery store to grab something. How was your day?
It's generally fine, but is Lisa home alone?
Is she at home? I thought she is playing at summer camp.
No, I just called the agents at the camp and they said they hadn't seen Lisa in weeks. Where were you really?
I told you, I'm just running errands. Why are you getting so suspicious?
I don't know, maybe it's because you're acting so strange. And where's the teddy bear that I got Lisa for her birthday? It's missing.
I haven't seen that teddy bear for a while. I think she might have taken it to her room.
I checked her room and it's not there. Are you sure you haven't moved it somewhere else?
No. I haven't moved it. I swear it. Maybe she took it to school or to a friend's house.
I called her school and her friends and no one has seen it.
What? You called everyone about a teddy bear? Everyone is going to think you're crazy. Don't you ever think about that?
Lisa loves that teddy bear so much, she can't sleep well if it is not around. It's almost like you're hiding something.
No, I'm not hiding anything.
Then why are you acting so strange?
I'm not hiding anything.
Maeve, I want to know the truth.
What? I'm telling the truth. I'm not lying, please believe me, John.
I already know what's going on. I can't believe you've been stealing from me and selling my things for money.
What?
Are you out of your mind, Maeve?
Hold on. What are you talking about?
You know what? I found my watch at a pawn shop. And I asked the shop owner for the security footage. I was surprised that I saw you. It was 2 days before I found out my watches were lost.
I'm sorry, John.
Tell me.
We're struggling financially.
That's no excuse. You should have come to me, we could have worked something out together. But instead you chose to steal from me and lie to my face?
I know, I'm sorry. I was just trying to help.
Help? You've been stealing from me for months. You even stole from my mother too. You've been lying to me and betraying my trust. I can't even look at you right now.
I understand how you feel, I'm sorry.
This marriage is over. I want a divorce.
Please don't do this. I'll do anything to make it right.
It's too late for that. You had your chance and you blew it. I can't stay married to someone I can't trust.
I understand that you're hurt and angry, but please, don't throw away our marriage just because of one small mistake.
This isn't just one mistake. Maeve, this is a pattern of behavior. In fact, you've been stealing from me for months and lying to my face.
Please, John, we can get counseling and work on rebuilding trust.
I can't just forgive and forget, Maeve.
But I loved you.
Well, love isn't enough to deal with this. I'm calling my lawyer for filing for divorce. Wow, you are really a talent. A cheating talent? I'm kind of shocked now.
Oh, you're there, John. I have been trying to contact you for days, but you didn't pick up my calls. What? What do you mean by cheating?
You are not just throw me the stealing and lying. It's the fact that you've been unfaithful to me. I know you brought another man into our home while I was away on business. How could you do this to me?
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb, Maeve. I have evidence and I know the truth.
That's not true. I don't know where you're getting your information from, but you're mistaken.
I'm not mistaken. I know what I saw. I know you cheated on me.
I swear to you I haven't cheated on you.
So listen up, Maeve. Lisa already told me that you always brought a friend over home when I was away. You even locked her in the room. How could you do that to her? Are you human?
What? Just because of a naive thing said by a child doesn't mean you can accuse me of cheating.
If you want more proof, that's okay. Right after Lisa had told me, I hired a detective to testify. And the result never fails me. I got a lot of pictures that you entered the hotel with your man. That's so ridiculous. That man seems younger than you. Look like a college guy. So now, do you want to say anything else?
I was feeling lonely and neglected. You were always busy with work and never had time for me. I made a mistake, but it doesn't mean I don't love you.
What? Are you insane? Don't you know what you are talking? You cheated on me and now you say you still love me? So tell me. Tell me the real reason you stole and sell my watch.
I gave him money.
What? You brought my money to your lover?
Well, he is just studying and his budget is not too much.
You really get me shocked. Don't you see that your love is dumb as heck?
I'm sorry, John. Just because I'm so lonely.
Don't tell me this ridiculous reason. I don't have anything else to talk with you.
Wait, John. Let me explain.
What for? I already know everything. I'll call your parents and let them know everything.
What? You can't do that to me.
Bye. After that, Maeve's parents came and picked her up and took her back to their house. Her parents paid me back for everything she had stolen from me. I heard that my father-in-law forced her to break up with her secret lover. It's so ridiculous that she thought she could steal my money and give it to her young boy. The divorce is final and now I'm free of her and of course, I got the custody of Lisa.
Hey, Lauren. We need to talk. But you should be calm, okay?
What's wrong, Eloise? You seem to be serious. Right, I'm listening.
I've lost all the money for the trip.
What? That's like $5,000.
I know. But I have no idea where I could have lost it.
Are you joking me, aren't you?
I wish I was. I'm so sorry.
Sorry? What do you think your sorry can do now? You need to be saying a lot more than sorry.
I mean, it's not too late. This was just money for a trip, right? We have time, like a week before the trip. If we still want to go on a trip, I can collect the money again. What do you think?
I think you're completely out of your mind. It's you who firmly said that you could keep the money safe. And that's why we believed and let you collect all of the money. I have a friend, he is an experienced policeman. And I'm messaging him right now.
Why you have to do that, Lauren? We can just collect the money again. That's a good idea, isn't that? Just quickly get some more funds together and we're good to go. What do you think?
I told you, didn't I? The police are closer than you think. I begged you not to do anything crazy. The aforementioned policeman is Tom.
What? Tom? Are you sure? But how is Tom supposed to be a cop?
Don't you know it's obvious that cops don't go around announcing their jobs if they don't need to? You never know where criminals are. You never know who's doing something that's not in line with the law. They want to catch people red-handed, so they're quite low-key when talking about their job. You can't know the truth until you get closer to them. Anyway, I tried to warn you.
Whatever, it is not the time to tell me about the tactics of police officers. I have no reason to care about that stuff. We need to talk about getting more money for our trip. What do you mean? Are you messaging Tom anyway? About what? What do you have to say to him?
You need me to spell it out for you? So listen carefully. You told me you lost our money. I messaged him to ask for the best action for when someone steals $5,000.
What do you mean steal? I didn't steal anything. All of you willingly gave the money to me, I didn't borrow it. And in fact, I just lost it. I have bad luck like that. I lost it by mistake. I would never do that. I know how important that money is. And I know everyone worked hard for it. I'm in pieces right now and don't know what to do. I've been so sick about that. I even haven't eaten anything since I found out that thing.
You are the absolute worst. Don't you think I see what you're doing? Don't you think I know exactly what you've done with our money? Don't sit there acting like you don't know exactly where our money went.
I'm not doing anything. I'm apologizing for what I did.
Eloise. Stop acting, you don't have talent to be an actor. I know you gambled away all our money, to the very last cent.
What? Gamble? Lauren, you don't know what you're saying. I would never do that with everyone's hard-earned money. Ever. You need to stop right now with these false accusations.
False accusations? There's nothing false about what I'm saying. I would never say such things without proof. Anyway, there's nothing that woman loves more than a good round of gossiping. About all the other moms and their kids. And one of our friends knows everything about everyone. I would almost guess that she was the detective or something.
Who? Who is that?
Well, there is no need for you to know. And you have been her latest case. The other day she saw you walking very fast with a very thick envelope that looked like it was full of cash. So of course, she followed you and watched your every move. She saw you get on the bus to the casino.
What? Why would she follow me? I didn't think anyone would find out. But hold on. That wasn't everybody's money. I didn't go gambling away the trip money. If your girl thought I was gonna do that, she would have stopped me, right? I mean, there is no point in waiting until after I've squandered the money to start saying all kinds of things.
You think she had time in her day to just go to the casino with you. You got on the direct bus, so it was enough that she knew where you were headed. Do you want to know why would she ever think you would actually gamble away all of the money? Nobody would think you would have the gall to do that. So she had no reason at all to stop you. She was probably just thinking she got another juicy story to spread around. A story about the gambler.
I'm not a gambler, Lauren. Why does it sound like you're judging me or something?
Maybe because you gambled all of our money away. How am I supposed to judge you?
Fine, it's true. I used the trip money. Glad I got that off my chest. But before you start with me, I had my reason.
I see, Eloise. You always do, for sure. I don't even think I want to know, but whatever, tell me. What was your reason for using all our money?
The thing is, my husband, who is a bit of a miser. He's very tight actually and doesn't give me any allowance money. I have no pocket money to buy what I want, you know. As women, we love to buy stuff when we want it, right? Even if I see a great deal on some shoes or something, I have to consult him first.
Is that so?
Yeah, you never have to go through any of that. He is such a jerk. Whenever I want money, I have to tell him exactly what it's for. From eyebrow pencil to a small lipstick. I have to show him how every cent will be spent or else I won't get it.
Is he that kind of man?
And then after I explain what I want it for, he always only gives me enough to buy the cheapest one. When it comes to money, I have no freedom at all. That's the kind of rough life I've been living and hiding from everyone. Just imagine how tough it must be being married to such a man.
Oh, I don't have any clue about that.
Yeah, so I just wanted to feel like I could spend money without him hovering over my shoulder. Just wanted to breathe a little. You know what I mean, Lauren.
So just for the sake of not wanting to stick to your husband's budget, you went ahead and squandered everyone else's hard-earned money? What were you thinking? You thought you could double the money and all your problems will be solved.
Yes, or even triple or quadruple it. Things started out good and were going good, but before I knew it, it was all gone. Believe me, I didn't think things would turn out this way. I'm really sorry. I was just a newbie. That's all. It was my first time in such a place. And I just didn't know what to do. Maybe I shouldn't have bet so much. Or maybe I should have waited for better odds. I was just so nervous. I see, maybe next time I should go with a friend. You wouldn't mind coming with me, would you? You could be my lucky charm, Lauren.
If your husband holds the purse strings and you wanted a little money to spend, you could have just borrowed some from one of us. Like you always do.
What do you mean?
You're always borrowing and not repaying money from everyone. There was no need for you to wait until just before the trip to gamble with everyone's money.
Yeah, but because I'm always asking for money. I didn't want to do that anymore. That kind of thing affected me so much. I didn't feel good about any of it. I just wanted to have a lot of money for myself. If I just had a big sum of money that I could spend, I wouldn't need to ask for money all the time. My conscience couldn't deal with always asking for money and not knowing how I would repay it.
Conscience? How can you use that word so lightly? It's clear that you don't have even a hint of a conscience. So for you to say the word, it must mean that you are hiding something else. There must be something in this space where your conscience should be.
That's because you are the one without a conscience. I can't believe you. I'm over here pouring out my heart and you're just insulting me. You're hurting my feelings real bad and you say you're my friend? I might have a little money problem, but my heart is clean.
All right then. Let me see if I can take a shot at all that's been going on in that clean heart of yours. In the first place, Linda, who was supposed to be the banker for the trip. When she told you the amount that we would be saving up, you were shocked. You even couldn't believe your ears. $5,000 sounded like a lot of money to you. At least enough to start with. You thought you would take that money and get rich off it. I'm sure all kinds of ideas went off in your head. About how to spend other people's money, for sure. So I don't know what kinds of stories you spun and what you did to take that job away from Linda.
Who are you talking about, Lauren? You're getting too carried away. I don't know what you're talking about.
You sure do. You claim it was your first time in the casino. But we know that's bogus, right?
Stop right now with all these baseless accusations. You're wrong about me. I mean, we have been knowing for each other for a decade and our kids are best friends. I've never gambled in my life before. Why would I do such a risky thing? I also told you about my tight husband. What do you think he would do if he ever found me gambling? I have a family to look after and I've told you I don't have money to just throw around like that.
Okay then, Eloise. What's your biggest win?
Well, it's a long time ago when our children were little. You should have seen me. In Vegas, no less. I wish I could have that look again.
But you've never gambled before, right? And you went to Vegas just to gamble. You have a long gambling history, don't you? Don't you dare sit there and pretend to be naive. I bet you don't dabble in baby stuff anymore. It's high stakes are nothing for you, isn't it?
What are you saying? You've got an active imagination. I have no idea where you're getting all this from. I told you I know nothing about that world. If I had known anything, I wouldn't have lost the money. I would have millions right now.
Whether you planned it or not, you did it. Well, let me tell you one more thing. Do you remember the girl I mentioned before?
The detective?
Yeah, that's her. She went all the way out to the casinos and took the security footage there.
What?
Isn't that amazing? Anything is possible these days. You definitely went there yesterday. It looks like you were there for most of the day actually. I mean, you've already admitted to using the money, so she didn't really have to go through all that trouble. We've got hard evidence of what a scumbag you are.
Come on, Lauren. Why are you being so mean? Aren't you supposed to be my friend? Have I done something to you that I don't know about? I haven't done anything to you guys. I like everybody and we all get on well with each other. I thought everyone liked me too. Don't tell me you've secretly hated me all this time. If so, I don't have any luck with friendships either. Is this how friendship is supposed to operate?
How can you be so clueless? Of course, you've done something to me. You've done something to all of us.
What? What is that?
Obviously, you've stolen our money. We have five people including you. You've stolen $5,000 and that's $1,000 per each.
But I didn't mean to lose it all. I just wanted to win some money so I could pay everyone back. And it's not like it's the end of the world. I mean, everybody still wants to go on a trip, right? We could just put together some more money.
You sound like you take us for fools.
I'm just saying if you really wanted to go on a trip, we could just collect more money and go.
You think people would just simply believe that? You think we will give you more money after all of these things? Of course people would question whether or not you really lost the money. Nobody would accept that story without getting at least a little bit suspicious. Everybody knows it's one of your common lines to say you lost your wallet. As a matter of fact, people don't trust you. Everybody can see through your lies.
But I'm not lying. I really lost the money. I swear to God. Everybody loses money sometimes, right? It must happen to you guys too. It just kind of happens to me more than regular. What can I say? I'm a little unlucky like that.
Isn't it a bit too late to come with that excuse? Do you have any idea how angry I am now? I always backed you up when they gossiped about you. I defended you every single time. But you've let me down big time. Can you imagine how everyone is feeling right now because of what you've done? It's okay when you haven't paid back the money you borrowed us or when we paid the lunch for you. It's not a big, so no one makes a fuss about it. But this time is way too much. The amount is much bigger, it's $5,000.
I know, Lauren. And that's why I feel so bad. I'm really and truly sorry. You don't know how tormented I've been. I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't even watch my favorite live show. But I promise with you. One day, I'll definitely return the money. You can keep my word, Lauren. I'll work my butt off and return it. So, I'm begging your forgiveness.
I don't think it can end with forgiveness this time. It's gonna be a lot bigger than that. The police are already involved and it just doesn't seem like you can wiggle your way out of this one. All of our friends are really going to pursue this. We're all serious this time.
What? Why did you have to take this thing so far? I only used a bit of money. That's all. I just enjoyed a little gambling with your money, it's not a big deal. Getting police involved is totally unreasonable.
No big dead? Don't you get what I say to you? You used our money without asking, then claimed you lost it. That's unreasonable. You don't seem to realize how hard everyone had to work to get that money, do you? Nobody is earning money just to donate it to you so that you can gamble it away.
Lauren, why are you so mad? Just calm down, okay? There's no need to get so mad here. We're all friends, and is this right that we should all help each other out? I'm in a tough spot and you should give me a hand, isn't that obvious?
You're always going on about helping each other out. And I've stuck my neck out for you time and time again. I've tried to warn you so many times to stop lying about losing your wallet. I've begged you to stop, but you didn't listen to me. So I'm sorry, but it's more than a bit too late to help you now. Even if I could help you, I wouldn't. You have a big money problem and you need to stop lying about it. I have enough of you and all your lies.
Please, Lauren. Can you guys forgive me one last time? I don't want to be sentenced to prison. We can just forget about all of this, like put it behind us and move on.
So you're saying you want us to pretend like you didn't commit a crime? You want us to forget that you stole from us? How can we easily do that? Easier said than done. Like I said, the police are involved. They investigate them and arrest people. It's their job.
I'm begging you, it doesn't have to go that far. Just hear me out. Anybody would want to gamble if they had 5,000 in their hand. Nothing is wrong with me. I did nothing out of the ordinary. You guys are completely overreacting.
No, what you're saying is just half of the truth. Normal people would never want to gamble with others' money.
But
I think it's no use talking with you. Let the police do their job.
no, Lauren. Please, no.
Eloise sent me ton of messages asking me to forgive her. The notification sound on my phone popped all the time. Soon, I block her number. She also tried to contact the other friends, but no one was willing to help her. In fact, I was the only one who's always stood for her side before. None of us could let it go. The police worked very hard in investigating and soon collected all the evidence to arrest Eloise. Of course, she didn't have to go to prison, but she must pay us back all of the money. When her husband knew everything, he immediately filed for divorce. As a result, she was left penniless.